When Ieyasu Tokugawa became shogun in 1603, Japan was trading wisely with surrounding countries. Japan had also made contact with the West, trading with countries as far away as Portugal, the Netherlands, England, and Spain. By the early 17th century, however, Japan had forced all foreigners to leave and bear almost all relation with the outside world. Japan's policy of sakoku lasted for 200 years. How it started? The former shogun Hideyoshi was afraid that the Christian belief in one God weakened his authority. For this reason, Hideyoshi and the Tokugawa shoguns persecuted the missionaries in Japanese Christian converts. The shoguns had suspected that the traders and missionaries were seeking help from the Japanese Christians, take over Japan as colony, as had already happened in Mexico and the Philippines.
The suspicions held by the shoguns led them to ban Christianity, placing foreigners under tighter restrictions, and in 1639 ultimately forcing the Portuguese merchants and other foreigners away from the country, while Japan allowed restricted commercial contacts with Dutch and Chinese merchants who did not teach Christianity. It barred all other links and forbade Japanese citizens to leave Japan. In 1641, the policy of isolation was officially adopted. The policy of isolation lasted for 2 centuries, and during this time, the shoguns succeeded in keeping Japan relatively stable. Japan's population increased 100% since 1500s until 1700s.
The number of Christians in Japan started above 120,000, and as they made their isolation, they descended, and by 1800s they had below 20,000 Christians. Japan's policy of isolation steadily lost influence for several reasons. It was challenged by the impact of natural disasters, including earthquakes, volcano eruptions, as well as famines. A steady worsening of the financial situation of the government led to higher taxes and riots among the rural population, and many samurai suffered death after living extravagantly.
External pressure came in the 18th century when Russia tried unsuccessfully to establish trade with Japan. Within 5 years of the Convention of Kanagawa, other trade treaties were signed with the Netherlands, Britain, France, and Russia, and foreigners once again established settlements in Japan. Many Japanese, however, saw the advantages of Western science and military defense and favored Japan's opening up to the world. Trade remained limited until 1868, when a group of samurai abolished the shogunate and restored the emperor to power in the Meiji Restoration, believing that only the emperor could help Japan in its time of need. The production of rice in Japan in the 16th was about 1.5 tons per hectare, in the 17th about 3 tons per hectare, in the 18th 5 tons per hectare, and in the 19th and now it is about 6.5 tons per hectare.